you are not gay. You are just gay by circumstance. So you having sex with another person which is of the same sex doesn't make you gay. Hello everyone, this is Walks. Welcome to Chat with Walks. Today we are going to be discussing or touching on the topic, sexual fluidity. And first of all, what is sexual fluidity? Sexual fluidity is something that deals with your sexuality. And as we know, sexuality it's not set in stone. It changes over time. You get me? So, but this time it is related to the circumstance that you are in. So let's say you're straight, right? You identify as straight, you're heterosexual, you understand? You're only attracted to the opposite sex, you understand? But let's say probably you are in a certain situation, let's say something happened and you're convicted and you went to prison. You understand? Being in prison for 10 years, 10 to 15 years, you've never had any sort of sex, you've never had any opportunity to engage in any sort of sexual activity with, the opposite gender, which is female. And bro, you're pent up sexually, you're starved, you understand? So what are you going to do? You're going to resort to something else, which is probably engaging in same sex, you understand, with another man in the prison, you understand? But to you, you still identify as straight. You are not gay. You are just gay by circumstance. But you identify as straight. So once you come out of, prison, you're straight because now you're not in a confined environment where things are defined for you. You're not in a constricted environment. So now that you're out there, you just prefer not to have sex with another man. You want to go back to having sex with a lady. You understand? Because that's how you've always been identified as. That's how you've seen yourself. You understand? So that's a sexual fluidity. And most of the times people confuse sexual fluidity with sexual orientation. You understand? Sexual orientation is you identifying as, probably gay or lesbian. You get what I'm trying to say? So you having sex with another person which is of the same sex due to a special circumstance that you're in, okay, doesn't make you gay. It's just that you're just unfortunate to find yourself in that circumstance. Yeah, it may sound confusing, but that is the whole concept of sexual fluidity. You understand? And it's not even only found in human beings. And if you also go into wildlife, our closest relative, which is the monkeys, the bonobo monkeys to be specific, they have 98.7% of our DNA, by the way. They are known to, have sex a lot. And they use sex to, resolve conflicts. You understand? And there have been multiple times where, human beings have observed them engaging in same-sex activities, especially the females. They use it to resolve conflicts. So let's say they are having a conflict, you understand, and which might result in violence. They just have sex. The females, they just engage in sex. They just rub their clits together and everything, you understand? Whatever that you can think of that involves lesbianism, they do it. You understand? They are doing it because probably they think the situation calls for it to mitigate the violence or the conflict. You understand? To resolve it. You understand? They being sexually fluidic. You understand? So I think it's a very interesting topic. And there's another way. There's another part of it that we also can look at. Let's say you're a guy. You've always loved missionary, doggy style. You understand? That's what you've always been doing in all your sexual activities with a female or whatever person that you're doing it with. You've never really thought of doing BDSM or pegging. Like the whole thought of it just disgusts you. You feel like you can never do that. Then you meet someone that really, really excites you. You meet someone that you become emotionally invested in. You become emotionally attached to. Then, that person has that kink or that fetish or like has that fantasy to probably peg you, or she has a BDSM kink. At first, she'll try to convince you, but you're not down for it. You're not down for the whole vibe of it. But because you're very, very much interested in the person, one day you just give in and you try it. Probably on the first try, you feel awkward about it. Then Maybe you are there, you'll be like, oh, when I tried it, it was awkward, but later on in the whole activity of it, it was not so bad after all. Let me just try it. Let's give it a try. So let's say as you guys keep on having sex on different occasions, one day you'll be like, oh, let's give it a try. Or she brings it up, should we try BDSM or pegging? You're like, okay, let's give it a try. But this time you actually enjoy the pegging or the BDSM. You understand? Like, oh, this is a vibe. I mean, I never knew I could like this thing. At first, probably with this girl, I was disgusted by it, but with this girl, I really, really love it. That's you being sexually fluidic. That's you being sexually fluidic. You understand? So that's the whole point of sexual fluidism. I feel like it was an interesting topic that we can, delve into and just think about it. I know some people will say it doesn't make sense. Me at first, I feel like it doesn't make sense. I even know of one person, okay, who is in a serious relationship. They're even almost engaged. And the guy watches gay porn. He watches gay porn, like he enjoys watching gay porn, but he identifies as straight. He's straight, and he has always been in, relationships he has always been in relationship with the opposite gender. You understand, or the opposite sex, but he watches only gay porn. And the first time he told me that, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, in my head, I was like, bro, come on, then you're gay. Just come out of the closet. I was like, no, bro. He kept on hitting on the point that he's straight. At that point in time, I didn't understand him until I was reading some stuff and I got introduced to the whole sexual fluidity thing, and it made sense. Understand? It made sense in a way. It makes sense, it makes sense. Understand? He identifies as straight, but he watches gay porn. He's going to get married and have kids and everything. And there was even a point that I was even born out to ask him, do you actually is there a time do you ever think of having sex with a guy? It's like, no, I'm straight. It won't make sense I know some of you, but hey, to each his own, right? Or her own. So yeah, that's basically it. That's just sexual fluidity. I just feel like it was an interesting topic we could touch on. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments here. Once again, this is Wogs and this is Shadow Wogs. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.